Alright then folks, welcome back. Pushing the Potters, episode number 20. It's been an eventful summer. We're braced for the Charity Shield, the Community Shield final against Manchester. Can you call it a final? I suppose it is. You win a trophy at the end of it if you do win. But is it? It's not really a final, is it? Anyway, we got that today against Manchester United. Of course, we are the FA Cup holders. They are the league champions, so it is that traditional curtain raiser. But there's so much more to talk about, including expansion to the stadium. I've clicked on the wrong thing there. So stadium increase is going to go up to 44,000. That'll take it to, if you add on the 3 and the 9, that takes it, 44,000. It's costing us 33 million. Now, that doesn't seem like great value to me, especially since the stadium itself, it only costs 15 million to build the whole thing. So for an extra 9,000 seats costing 32 million pounds, I'm expecting these to be pretty lazy boy e-climbers, to be honest, and I'll have a couple myself. But nevertheless, that's what the board are doing. Transfers though, the squad. Where do we begin? Let's start on the in, shall we? You can see him at the top of the list. John Stones, we picked him up for a huge £37 million. It's an extortionate deal that he's on. He's really rinsing us dry with these clauses. I've probably made an error there. I'm sure you'll tell me that. Loyalty bonus of £5.5 million. Everton wouldn't agree with a loyalty bonus there. The contradiction in terms for John Stones, perhaps. Still, Man City do make a loss on him, so that's good news for them. Yeah, he played a lot, didn't he? He played all right, did okay. I think he's a perfect defender for us, though. I think he comes in and really just improves on where Shawcross is going to start lapsing. You see, that's what you described as a world-class centre-back. Bargain of a man. Cameron Borthwick-Jackson, another English defender, brought in. Covered left-back, we lost Muniesa. His contract expired, and Eric Peters has moved on, as you'll see shortly. Lee Grant has retired. You can see there, top right of your screen. And we brought in Alphonse Areola to replace a 15.5 million. I might just sell him, actually. Jesus Christ alive. Alright, well done. Kieran Gibbs has come in as well. Just another backup left back, really. Interestingly, Borthwick Jackson's pretty good at playing centre back and left back, so that's quite handy. The outs, though, we'll ignore the freeze. But Ruben Vetso, I mentioned that I'd like to keep him, but we received a decent bid from Palace, and to be honest, I didn't see him getting game time. You can see this technically. He's just probably not up to it. He's never let us down, though, in the couple of years that he has been here, and we've made a profit on him, so good luck to him at Palace against us, of course. It's not keeping him in price order. Eric Peters, as I mentioned, has gone out to Sunderland. We should hopefully get the fee up to 4.3 million, as it indicates there. Other than that, as I say, we've had a lot of frees go out. There's mainly academy players, notably Hossolo has gone out. He's actually signed up to Alkmaar, very nice indeed. And Stuart Mallin. Now, this is the young Scot. I've got big hopes for him this year. He went out on loan last year. I mentioned him at the start of the season last season, and he broke something, and he came back. But he went back out on loan to Partick, and he did okay. And this season, he's gone out to St Johnstone. Now, I think he's actually going to turn into a pretty good player. He needs to work technically, but I think he's got something about him, and I think he's going to be quite a useful proposition for us in the future. So that's encouraging. So those are the transfers. So we haven't really got a huge squad. If anything, there's a big grey space at the bottom here. Other bids are going in. We've received an acceptable bid from Sporting. It's lower than I would normally like, but I'm conscious of the fact that he is 30, Arnautovic, and his contract is up at the end of not next year, but the year after. So I'm willing to do a deal. It would rise to around 20 million. So there's quite a few clubs, so hopefully we can get a bid more. I did want around 30, but I don't think I'm going to get that. His stats are going to start declining. And he's on 50k a week, which it was red. As soon as a couple of clicks ago, that was red. So maybe I don't need to sell him. You can see there we lost quite a bit of money this season, although we do have obviously 21 million in the bank. So what does that mean for us today in the Community Shield? It means that we line up like this. Trippier has picked up a knock. Areola picked up a broken finger, apparently injured while catching the ball. Alphonse, if that's how you're catching the ball and breaking your finger, you're doing it wrong, son. No wonder PSG let you go. Chris Reyes also picked up a knock in the final pre-season game against Cologne. So he won't be involved today. The rest of the squad is, as you see there, it's not too dissimilar to how we finished last season, which is good. We haven't had to sell any of our crown jewels. We did have interest for Berardi, he moaned a little bit, as did Mr. Dembele, but we sorted him out with a new deal. And we also had some interest from Barcelona for a year, but this injury should put them off, hopefully. So this is the team that we're going to go with today. It's Butland, it's Walker-Peters, it's Brooks, it's Stones, it's Tellez, it's Allen, Imbula, Berardi, Lemar, Vlasic and Milik. On the bench is Kieran Gibbs, Cameron Borthwick-Jackson, new signing, debut for him, Ryan Shawcross, Santiago Assasimar, Gylfi Sigurdsson, Tyrese Campbell, who we signed to a new deal as well, and Moussa Dembele. Just a word on pre-season, actually. We did pretty well until we came up against Cologne, but we did batter them. They just scored 2 goals, including a quite stunning free kick. So not too concerning. So, yep, let's get the Shield game underway. Okay, let's have a look at the United squad then. So, yeah, a little bit of a moan there. It's not too dissimilar again. They've signed this Malang Sarr. Now, I assume this is a name familiar to a lot of people out there. He's a wonder kid here. He looks pretty good, doesn't he? But I didn't know anything about him until he signed for United in this save. He looks the business, so hopefully he does not cause us too many problems. This also signed Kranvita, and is that Rodolfo Pizarro. And again, a name I'm not familiar with, signed from Mexico, although that was 2 years ago, so obviously hasn't left too much of an impression on me. Still, the squad is quite familiar for what we've seen. Still got Pogba, who no doubt score. David De Gea is the wall. And Higuain. That number on Butland's back there, that seems a little bit odd, doesn't it? Big black rectangle on the back of his jersey. Not too sure why he needs that. But, wouldn't catch me wearing that. Anyway, let's get into the game. And so let's just tell the players we have the belief, the faith to get out there and get that trophy. Can we do one over Mourinho for the first time in our career in terms of a cup game? They've knocked us out of a few games. Early doors then, 2 minutes. Butland's goal kick up to Berardi. Loses out to Shaw. Griezmann knocks it down to Pogba. Pogba into Higuain. Back heel to Eric Dyer. Loses out to Tellez though. Can he bring it away? Can he do anything? He puts it forward to Vlasic. Left side now Milik. He's isolated out there a bit and he loses out to the aforementioned Pizarro. Now here's Rashford, he can certainly run, and run he does. He runs past one, he takes on, well, he gets it to Higuain. Griezmann there to strike, and Butland turns it round the corner. Concerning moments at Wembley in the first 2 minutes for Stoke. And a corner comes to nothing, thankfully, so that's not too bad. We are playing on the counter. And 12 minutes in now, Lemar drifts a free kick over. It's headed away by Virgil van Dijk. Berardi now on the edge of the box. On to John Stones on his Stoke debut. Thomas Lemar into the penalty area. Berardi's there. Can he get a shot away? There, of course. He anticipated. He saw it before he even struck it. Of course he did. He's like Neo. He sees the Matrix. Corner comes to nothing, of course. De Gea claims with authority. And Higuain taken off there with a hip injury. So that helps our cause as we head to half-time. We have not a lot really to say. Pretty dull game. What can we say? We keep going. We can still win. Of course we can still win. It's a game of football. Anyone can win. Even Stoke. Right. I don't want to make any changes. Of course you are allowed a few more changes in the Shield than you might normally be in a competitive game. See if we can make a change then. So let's take Imbula off. Let's get Asasibar on and let's get Lemar off for Sigurdsson. Just for some fresh legs, some fresh ideas. An hour played. Half an hour to go. Not really a lot happening. Let's get Dembele on then for Milik. Let's hope he can be the game changer. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. Let's get Kieran Gibbs on. Gave him a first appearance in a red and white shirt. Red and white striped shirt anyway. The only red and white shirt that should be worn. Kieran Gibbs throws into Sigurdsson. Deep in his own half now. He clears it up towards Dembele. He's going to lose that against those two big boys there. Fosu Mensah in midfield. Back to Williams. I don't know who that is. He launches it forward to Griezmann, who loses out to Walker-Peters. Can we break? Dembele, Berardi. That's a bit of a hopeful ball. It doesn't come to anything. The aforementioned Sarr tidies up. Mkhitaryan on the right side lays it forward. Walker-Peters short, is it? No, it's not. It's a bit of a poor clearance, though. Panicky clearance, perhaps. Sort of lashed at it. Good tackle by Stones, but it falls to Mata. Griezmann takes aim and lasers a shot into the top right corner. We have no time to respond. It's heartbreaking if you care about this kind of thing at all. A bit of a fortunate fall of the ball there. Nice layoff by Mata, but what a strike. Butland can't get near it. And that's probably game. 88th minute. Absolutely no time to respond. I don't feel we've been outclassed here. I think we've been worthy of, well, you'd say worthy of a point in a league game, certainly. In a cup like this, in a one-off game, perhaps deserving at least the dignity of a penalty shootout, if there is such a dignity, as long as we avoid the ABBA system. Jesus, Pogba, calm down. You've already won, son. Anyway, Martial will bring it away, and we're just playing out time now. Pogba to Griezmann. He's not going to do it again. As he rattles one off the post, and it was almost worse. 2-0. It would have been quite unfair, I feel. But 1-0 it is, and 1-0 it finishes. So Manchester United lift another trophy to Jose Mourinho's name. I think they were unlucky there, although a couple of the lads disagree. Probably the poorest performers. Again, we didn't really do as much as we could do. Put it down to, early season rust, perhaps. Stones made his debut. Couldn't really do anything for the goal. Any of the defence, I don't think there was an issue there. Certainly was an issue of closing down. But never mind. Right, so if you look at our start to the Premier League season, it's not a bad one, is it? That's Brighton, Fulham, Leicester, Newcastle, Watford, and then our friends Harry Kane FC. So we won't, but theoretically, I'd be disappointed if we didn't win all 5 of our opening games. That'd be nice. Probably lose the first 2 now. Let's hope we don't. Finances-wise, signings-wise, you can see there, we're maxed out on our budget. The board won't give me any more due to FFP. So I'm probably not going to make any more signings. And Arnautovic leaving, of course, if he does, that'll free up 50k, so that'll certainly help. And maybe we can bring in another player. I don't really know where to strengthen the squad there. Maybe we just need another centre-back just to add to the depth in there. But we'll see. But yeah, what I'll do then is we will come back for the game against... I'll come back for the Newcastle game. So we'll do the Champions League draw followed by the Newcastle away game. All right. So disappointment today, again, against United. We seem to play them a lot and I seem to lose to them even more. But yeah, thank you very, very much for watching. Do follow me at Knock It Wide to keep updated on the save and future games coming out. There's a new one in the mix. If you haven't seen it already, it's called Homegrown Heroes. It's coming soon. Interesting rules on the Homegrown Challenge. Like and subscribe this video. You'll be updated if you subscribe as soon as that's released. I'll see you again very, very soon for that Newcastle game and that Champions League draw. Thanks very much for watching. Ta-ra!